Rassie Erasmus says there is nothing to brag about after beating the All Blacks for a fourth time in a row. Can you believe it? After such a hard-fought battle, you'd think the Springboks would be celebrating their winning streak like crazy. But nope, Rassie Erasmus isn't letting it get to their heads, and you'll love his reasoning behind it. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. South Africa edged closer to winning the 2024 Rugby Championship, beating the All Blacks 18-12 at Cape Town Stadium. Just a week before, they claimed another victory at Ellis Park, making it back-to-back wins over their arch-rivals. And Rassie, the kicker, that's 4 straight wins against New Zealand now, the longest streak South Africa has ever had in the professional era. You'd think they'd be shouting it from the rooftops, right? Well, Erasmus quickly put things in perspective. Sure, it's a sweet achievement, but the All Blacks have gone 6 games undefeated against the Springboks before, and some of those were brutal. Remember those 50-point blowouts? Ouch. So yeah, he's keeping the celebrations in check, saying there's nothing to brag about. What's really driving the Springboks this time? It's the Freedom Cup. Baby, they haven't lifted it since 2009, and that's what pushed them to dig deep. In fact, Erasmus thinks the emotions of wanting the cup so badly led to their slow start. The All Blacks took a 3-9 lead by halftime, and it wasn't looking good for the Springboks at that point. For South Africa, it wasn't about racking up more wins against New Zealand, it was about getting their hands on that Freedom Cup. According to Erasmus, the players were almost too emotional early on, which messed with their focus. But once they calmed down after halftime, things started clicking, and they edged out another tight win. Even after all that, Erasmus downplayed the significance of beating the All Blacks 4 times in a row. It's not something they're going to dwell on too much because, let's face it, New Zealand still holds plenty of records over them. We won't ponder on that too long, he said. He's right, though. When you're facing a team like the All Blacks, even the smallest victory is special, and it shows the mutual respect these teams have. As for the future, the Springboks have their eyes set on the Rugby Championship title, but they'll be facing Argentina without several key players due to injuries. Talk about tough breaks. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that challenge. Now, before I wrap things up, I've got to ask you to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any of the latest All Blacks news, match updates, and behind-the-scenes action. We're going to be diving into so much more from the rugby world, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. So, what do you think about Rassie Erasmus' take on the Springboks' winning streak? Do you agree that there's nothing to brag about? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Springboks extend longest winning streak over the All Blacks in the pro era. Malcolm Marx against the All Blacks at Twickenham and Jesse Creel making a tackle. Rassie Erasmus men have extended their longest winning streak over the All Blacks in the professional era to 4 matches following their 18-12 victory in Cape Town. South Africa's streak began in 2023 before the Rugby World Cup when they secured their biggest ever win over their fiercest rivals, claiming a 35-7 victory at Twickenham Stadium in London. Siya Kolisi and Malcolm Marx both crossed for tries in the 18-12 victory at Cape Town Stadium on Saturday as the Springboks edged closer to claiming the Rugby Championship title. Marx's match-winning try saw him grab his 25th score for his country and 5th against the All Blacks, as he became the first Springboks forward to score 100 points for the side. Springboks player ratings. Titanic powerhouse stars as Malcolm Marx blinder seals the win over the All Blacks. That victory extended their current streak over the All Blacks to 4 consecutive wins, including the 12-11 victory in the Rugby World Cup final last year and the 31-27 win just last week. The only time South Africa has won more games consecutively over the All Blacks was back in a sequence of 6 wins between 1937 and 1949. The clash at Ellis Park last week also saw South Africa become the first team to concede 4 or more tries against the All Blacks and still emerge victorious since Australia did so back in 2019. It also notched up a hat trick of victories over the All Blacks, the first time this has been achieved by either team since New Zealand did so in 2016-17. Erasmus men have now also won 5 of their last 10 Rugby Championship encounters against their old rivals, with 1 draw, 16-16 in 2019. Saturdays when sees South Africa clinch the Freedom Cup for the first time in 15 years. with Peter de Villiers' Springboks last winning the trophy all the way back in 2009. Springboks claim epic double over All Blacks, ending a 15-year wait for Freedom Cup glory. 2024. South Africa won 18-12 in Cape Town. 2024. South Africa won 31-27 in Johannesburg. 2023. South Africa won 12-11 in St. Denis. 2023. South Africa won 35-7 in London. If you're a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. This win is a huge moment for South Africa, and we can't ignore the impact this streak has had on the rivalry. The Springboks have become a force to be reckoned with, pushing the All Blacks in ways we haven't seen in years. The rugby world is buzzing, and as tough as it is for All Blacks fans, the Springboks are riding a wave of momentum that shows no signs of slowing down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any updates from the All Blacks channel. We've got a lot more exciting content coming your way, from match recaps to player interviews. Let me know what you think about this rivalry. Do you think the All Blacks can turn it around? Or are the Springboks too strong? Right now, let's get the conversation started in the comments below. All Blacks leaders frank statements following another agonizing defeat to the Springboks. Scott Robertson, Scott Barrett, and TJ Perenara have given their thoughts as to why the All Blacks lost to the Springboks. All Blacks leaders Scott Robertson, TJ Perenara, and Scott Barrett have all put the 18-12 defeat to the Springboks down to missed opportunities. New Zealand held a slim 9-3 lead at halftime, but second-half scores from Siya Kolisi and Malcolm Marx secured a first Freedom Cup triumph since 2009 for South Africa. Speaking to SuperSport after the game, All Blacks skipper Scott Barrett detailed how these missed opportunities came back to haunt his team. "Yeah, I think we had opportunities there, and against a quality side like the Springboks, when you don't take them, they punish you," he said. Barrett added, "We probably didn't get the points we were after, and they edged their way back. That's what they do." If you are a fan of the All Blacks, write "Go All Blacks" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Springboks claim epic double over All Blacks, ending a 15-year wait for Freedom Cup glory. The defeat in Cape Town will once again leave the All Blacks rueing what could have been, with Marx's deciding try coming just minutes after Damian McKenzie missed a kick that would have put them 15-13 ahead in the final stages. Outgoing icon TJ Perenara, who will play his final test for the All Blacks against the Wallabies in 3 weeks, detailed how the squad needs to take the lessons from the defeat and build on them moving forward. "Yeah, it's disappointing," he told SuperSport. "We put ourselves in a position again where we probably could have won it. But the Springboks closed out another game against us. As a group, we need to take this, harness it, and let it improve us, then we can start closing these ones out." All Blacks head coach, Scott Robertson, echoed the words of the two leaders, telling SuperSport, "I'm really proud. It was an amazing effort. We had a few chances to win that, and it's tough, but that's Test rugby. It's what South Africa has done so well for a number of years." The defeat in Cape Town is their third of the Rugby Championship, but there were signs of growth from last week. New Zealand's attack seemed a lot slicker than in previous tests this championship, with the partnership of Cortez Radama and McKenzie looking more settled. Elsewhere, Wallace Satiti and Tamati Williams also looked very comfortable at this level, putting in decent showings. "This is a one-score game, it's a moment, it's a ref's call, it's small margins," Robertson said. "We've got to back ourselves a bit more, I believe, but we'll be brave. There are some great signs, but we're not far away from the final package." The All Blacks now prepare for 2 tough tests against the Wallabies, where they will be looking to keep hold of the Bledisloe Cup for the 21st successive year. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from the All Blacks. You know we've got more incredible moments to come, and you won't want to miss them. So, what's your take on this latest clash against the Springboks? Do you think the All Blacks will bounce back in the upcoming games? Let us know in the comments below.